Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we'll unlock the book Excellent Sheep, The Miseducation of the American Elite and the Way to a Meaningful Life. If we're asked to think of the best schools in the U.S., most of us would probably say Harvard, Yale, MIT, and so on. Students who attend these prestigious institutions are generally regarded as being the best and the brightest. After graduation, they are expected to get decent, well-paid jobs, build elite connections, and succeed in their professional lives. However, are students educated in the elite education system as polished as we think they are? One day, in his class at Yale, a university teacher talked about the importance of being alone. He suggested that the ability to engage in introspection is the precondition for living the life of the mind, and that the essential precondition for introspection is solitude. No one had probably ever asked the students to think about introspection, solitude, and the life of the mind. While taking in these concepts, one student had an epiphany: he and his fellow students were just like excellent sheep. In this book, Excellent Sheep refers to the students educated in the elite education system. They are brilliant, gifted, ambitious, but at the same time anxious and timid. They don't have a clear picture of their future. They lack curiosity and a strong desire to fight for the things they really want. Wrapped in a giant bubble of privilege, they move dutifully in the same direction, toward wealth and success. They're great problem solvers who don't know why the problems need to be solved. That's why they are excellent sheep that follow orders without thinking much. Using an abundance of real cases, this book unveils the problems that plague elite education. It tells us what a good education should look like and what prestigious schools could do to break free from traditional education and help their students fulfill themselves. The previously mentioned university teacher is the author of this book, William Deresiewicz. He graduated from Columbia University, where he worked for 5 years as a graduate instructor. He also taught English at Yale University for 10 years. These experiences allowed him to dig deep into the elite education system. Before writing this book, Deresiewicz published a controversial article entitled The Disadvantages of an Elite Education, which received a largely positive reaction from students at prestigious schools. He was later invited to give speeches at schools across the country and discuss the same topic with students. These experiences gave him extensive information and real case studies for this book, which paints a true picture of elite students. Next, we'll explore the major points of this book in 3 parts. Part 1: How does the elite education system influence the lives of college students? Part 2: What should a good education look like? Part 3: What should be done when reality and education philosophies conflict? First, let's look at how the elite education system influences the lives of students. Students in prestigious schools like Harvard or Stanford have a full schedule almost every day. They work hard to get straight A's and participate in various extracurricular activities, such as student organizations and the school orchestra, which can add to their credits. Also, these elite students are often good at sports, play several musical instruments, and speak several languages. Some of them have even participated in off-campus projects that provide aid to poor areas around the world. In a word, they're a group of vibrant, smart, and high-achieving young people. The schools and society at large are proud of them, and they're eager to do anything that might make their CV look better. You probably want to know how the educational philosophies at prestigious schools produce such outstanding students. To find out, we'll focus first on how the elite education system has evolved. Only after learning how the system developed can we understand how the admissions process at prestigious schools assumed its present form. Let's go back to the late 19th century and look at the Ivy League colleges: Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Brown, Dartmouth, and Pennsylvania. At the time, the Ivy League schools were relatively small local institutions. Before the Civil War, America was a largely agricultural country that was fragmented into regional economies. There weren't many rich kids. Few students in the Ivy League schools were rich gentlemen's sons.